All right, guys. Yeah, this video is about Hasan Piker. I'm sure you guys have seen the news. If you haven't, we're gonna find out together in this video. So, guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video for more reaction videos. Make sure you come back.
Hasan Piker is getting absolutely destroyed right now. So Hasan recently appeared on the Trash Taste podcast, which is pretty much the biggest anime podcast. It's hosted by three very big YouTubers, CDogVA, the Anime Man, and Giga. And essentially people are really mad that he's on this podcast. The dislike ratio on this episode is absolutely brutal. It is so far in the negative, and it kind of just shows you how much people actually hate Hasan. For reference, I've been doing YouTube for like 6 years, and even my most controversial video ever has like a 90% positive like ratio, right? So to be at like 30 to 40% is absolutely unheard of, and you must have done something really bad to make everybody hate you. And you can find out all of what he's done in this video by H3H3, which was posted a while back, called Content Nuke Hasan, where he actually goes into detail of how much of an evil person Hasan actually is. He's a literal terrorist sympathizer, R-word apologist, like horrible human being that should legitimately just not have a platform. In fact, I have talked about Hasan in the past because he genuinely just spews so much hatred. It is actually just sad to have this guy as one of the most popular streamers. Now, Hasan has actually responded to the situation in the most ultimate copium manner ever, and he essentially tries to send all of his fans to like leave comments on this video, to like the video, so it appears that he's not actually controversial and that people actually like him, but it completely fails, and then the like ratio just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. So yeah, we'll be checking that out later, as well as Ethan's new video that he just dropped as I was talking about this topic, where Hasan is laughing at dead children. So yeah, just another Hasan classic there, but let's start with the Trash Taste video.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Trash Taste. I'm joined once again by the boys, and we have a returning guest because you're back in Japan now.
Hell yeah, I'm here permanently now. I've decided. This time it's for real.
Yeah, for
Now
real,
that-
for real.
Yeah, now that my country's on fire, I chose Japan to just stay here.
All right.
Well, yeah, we got Hasan. He's back.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
been
yeah, no politics. Sorry.
Yeah.
No politics, all right?
Yeah, not even 30 seconds and he couldn't keep the word politics out of his mouth. But yeah, basically Hasan is actually a repeat guest on this podcast. Trash Taste has had Hasan on about a year ago, and back then the episode only had 7K dislikes. It was like I think around a 90% ratio, which is still pretty controversial, but not nearly as much as this one. Now I remember being surprised that, you know, Hasan was even allowed to be on these podcasts before then, because he was still super bad back then. But I'm actually so glad that the general public is actually catching up now and waking up to see what kind of a person he actually is, where it is no longer even okay to associate with this guy in any capacity. Now here is the end of the podcast where Hasan predicts that this episode actually won't be controversial, because the last one, you know, they considered controversial because of the 7K dislikes and a few comments, but this one they're probably gonna lose their minds.
Thank you guys for having me on.
of course.
No worries.
And I feel like this time is less controversial that I'm on. Now that I've been on one time, they're used to it. So it'll be fine.
We'll still get some
Yeah,
people
we're about to
talented
see.
about it. I
Honestly.
guarantee there'll be like 5 comments of somebody's like, I can't believe they haven't back on.
Yeah. How dare you guys do this again?
Well,
Yeah, pretty much everybody is in for a surprise here because the comment section is brutal and we're gonna go through it. So the first comment.
Okay, before he goes to the comment section, right? First of all, Trash Taste. I mean, I didn't know they had him on personally. I used to watch Trash Taste a lot, like a couple months ago. I kind of popped back in here and there, right? And when he was on, I watched the episode the first time he was on. He was, you know, obviously they only talked about anime, so, and I didn't really know who he was back then as well, right? But you know, it was a cool podcast. It was fine, right? Obviously, I kind of know I do know who he is now. I've seen some of the clips of him, right? I watch a little bit of political stuff, so I've seen him, and I know why people don't like him now. The Ethan video, I've not watched that, so I don't have a lot of context on what he actually said in there, but just from the little bit he said, saying he's laughing at dead kids, apparently there's a clip of that, and apparently he just exposed him. I don't know what Ethan exposed him for, but apparently it was bad. You know, if it doesn't say in this video, you guys let me know in the comments below. I probably have to go check that out as well. But I didn't know there was this big video about him. But yeah, just for context, guys.
One is by Trash Taste themselves saying we don't and have never deleted comments on any episodes. Basically, everybody was accusing Trash Taste of deleting a bunch of comments because comments were disappearing. But a lot of times, YouTube's auto mod feature will remove them because it sees that a bunch of people are saying very mean things about this person, and it'll just auto remove them. Now, I understand why they were accused, because if I sort by top comments, it is showing comments from 19 minutes ago. That's not how YouTube works, you know? There were plenty of comments here that had over 10,000, 20,000 likes and stuff, so they're just not here now, so I'm really confused. I should have screenshotted those. Those are actually really good, but here we got, who's next? Diddy? We supporting terrorism now? Damn, that's a huge 180 from anime. Having a terrorist sympathizer on is wild. You should have invited Luffy from the Houthis along with Hasan. This is basically when Hasan invites a literal terrorist on stream and says he's like Luffy from One Piece, which is just insane. You guys finally lived up to the podcast name, Trash Taste. Worst possible guest choice. Well, I'm never watching this podcast again. And I know some people might be like, okay, why is everyone mad at the Trash Taste guys, right? Because they're pretty much innocent, you know? They're just associating with Hasan. Well, the problem is, okay, people have had enough. People are sick of seeing YouTubers and streamers that they actually like Trash Taste or Ludwig, you know, associate, collab, and promote this guy as if he's not one of the most evil and disgusting people out there. Like, it's not about guilt by association, but it's kind of like, how are you okay being buddy-buddy with this guy after knowing what he's said and done? Like, it is impossible that they don't know. It's literally all over the internet. They do research on their guests. They should know about this. They've had him twice on the podcast over a year. They probably got a bunch of comments last time as well. So it's like, how are you okay with this? The only explanation is you know what he said, but you don't care because you want some extra views or something using his name, which is a horrible strategy, by the way, because the only views you're going to get are from Hasan Piker fans who nobody likes anyways, and they are like a horrible addition to your audience. This creature said Freerun is a fascist anime for fascists. What is he even doing on an anime podcast? You guys are dumb. Hasan not realizing he's a lolcow out of his echo.
Did he actually say that? If you guys have watched Freerun, then that's an insane thing to say. Well, yeah, whatever.
Chamber is hilarious. Hey, let's invite one of the worst persons on the internet. Great idea. It doesn't matter if our word happened on October 7th. It doesn't change the dynamic for me. Yeah, Hasan is just insane. He's like, on one side, he's like the arbiter of justice. He's like this moral authority. And on the other side, if you're not on his side, right? And you're like, he thinks of you as subhuman, and he's essentially like, oh yeah, anything can happen to you. I remember there's a clip somewhere where he's basically like, if you're from like a rich college campus, you can get R-worded or whatever.
If you have these fucking millionaire, billionaire, wasp fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date rape to other billionaire, millionaire failed daughters is like, in some respects, you know, from a utilitarian perspective, of course, a little bit better.
The company you keep is a reflection of how you are. Goodbye forever. This dude flat out
Wow.
platformed and celebrated terrorists. This isn't something to be ignored. What the frick are y'all doing? Connor, I hate how divisive the anime community is becoming, even though I've directly contributed to it. Also, Connor, so let's bring on one of the most divisive political extremists onto our anime show. There's a 0% chance they didn't know about all the terrorist stuff he's been involved with. Disgusting to think of, really. Honestly, I hope they just delete this episode. That's the best thing they can do at this point. You know, I have watched their channels before. I think they're, you know, they're sort of decent people as well, at least from what I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong with this type of shit going on, but hopefully they come to their senses and realize, hey, we made a pretty big mistake here. Let's never associate with this guy ever again. But I don't know. Some of these people are completely spineless. Ludwig being a prime example who deletes videos just because Hasan, his daddy, told him to. So I don't know. All right. Some of these people are just crazy like that. These are hilarious, man. You guys might as well use the Ouija board and summon the spirit of Adolf for your next podcast. I saw Hasan said I thought we were going to watch terrorist propaganda music videos together. Basically, there's this viral clip of Hasan just showing his friend a so-called music video. And essentially, it's like a bunch of terrorists dancing, shooting AK-47s in the sky. And then this other streamer named Nick, or NMP, he's just like, dude, this is literally a terrorist video. What are you showing me, bro? What the hell? How are you putting this on Twitch? I still don't get how this guy gets to have a platform. No idea.
Wow. I mean, I knew he was bad, right? Guys, I knew he was bad, but this is like, for the whole internet, for like, that's insane. For like, everyone to be like, I don't want him on this podcast. Because you got other people that are, because obviously he mostly speaks from the leftist perspective, right, and stuff. You have people that go on different podcasts like that, and I've never seen it be this bad where people literally everyone's just saying, yeah, we don't want to see his face. And obviously so, looking at all the stuff he's done, but that's insane. Like, why would all these creators even work with him? If you know that. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? People can have, I guess, controversial opinions, right? And you can still associate with them, but like, the opinions he had are not even like, it's not even like there's some of the stuff I've heard him say here, it's not even like there's yeah, I can see it from your perspective. It's just, that's an insane thing to say. So yeah, I don't know why these creators would even work with him. I know I wouldn't. Like, imagine your friend saying this, like you're sat there, because if he's saying it on camera, how do you know he's not saying it off camera, right? So if you're sat there with him and he's saying it, are you just there like, yeah. I know if it was me, I'd be like, whoa. I mean, especially if you're serious, like you're seriously, like, yeah, insane. But
now, as I said, Hasan has responded, and it is the most pathetic thing I have ever seen. Hasan mauled while reading hate comments from his Trash Taste podcast episode, directs his audience to get in and actively counter the brigade.
Mr. President, the second piker has hit the trash taste. Why would you do this, Hasan? Really? The terrorist endorser? Shame. Too bad. I get irritated from just seeing his face. The guy has said so many profoundly idiotic things that I honestly cannot listen to a word from him. The brigade is on, folks. Get in and actively counter the brigade.
Okay, first off, this is not like a blind hate brigade. This is literally people holding you accountable for being a horrible person. This is what you call the consequences of your absolutely unhinged actions. You have become so radical that even your friends who you are not even talking about politics with can't be seen with you anymore. That's how bad you've gotten, to the point where your friendships are being affected. And let's be honest, these aren't actual friendships, all right? Nobody is actually friends with Hasan. All of these people only collab with him because he's an influencer and he has an audience, and people want to tap into some sort of extra viewership there, even though, as I said, you don't want this guy's audience. It is the saddest group of people to ever exist. Complete cultists, complete genuinely hateful people, or just people who have been brainwashed by Hasan to believe everything he says. It is probably the closest thing I've seen to a cult in a while now, just how much they lack reason and believe everything he says, even though he's just lying through his teeth most of the time.
They botted the video immediately. Lol, is at 2.5k dislikes. You really upset the weebs this time? Yeah.
Oh yeah, guys, it's the dislike bots. Yeah, none of these people are actually real that dislike Hasan. Hating Hasan is actually impossible, guys. Actually, I don't know a single person that hates Hasan except every single creator I've ever talked to ever. Whoever said that is an absolute glazer, and of course Hasan will read that chatter. I got a couple things to say here. First off, you know you're a complete loser if you spend your days in Hasan's Twitch chat, dude. That is probably the saddest thing ever. Like, I'd have more respect for you if you spent your day gooning in some Twitch girls chat. Like, at least you're getting off or getting something from that. Like, sitting in Hasan's chat, bro, you're actively just getting lobotomized as the seconds go by. If I had children, I would prefer they be drug addicts, like full-on useless members of society, than be modern-day Hasan fans, because that's just a fate worse than death. Then we have this next one. Chatter tells Hasan he's out of touch, which he did not appreciate. The assumption that you, as a random commentator, is not out of touch, but I am. Oh yeah, that has to be so crazy, bro.
Sometimes we'll stare into the darkness on this broadcast. Like, we'll look at like what they're saying, and they just can't comprehend how like journalists are still covering this guy in a positive way. What the f is going on? And it's like, dude, why do you think like a 40-year-old journalist has no political convictions of their own? Like, you think they're going to be deluded by like a drama farmer on YouTube, like a slop tuber, and be like, wow, this is a real bad guy?
Oh no, guys. We've been called that. You win, Hasan. You got me. Nobody listens to slop tubers. All the views on my channel, completely fake, actually. Completely botted. All of the watch time, the statistics, all fake. All of you guys watching every video, you're all just bots. Actually, it's just the dislike bots, guys. None of you are real. All the comments, the hate comments that are going to be on this video about Hasan Piker, they're all just AI bots, obviously. Nobody hates Hasan. It's impossible. He's such a lovable lovable guy, actually. Also, I love how his only defense is that journalists really like me, guys. Just paid for and bought journalists really like me, guys. Dude, literally everybody hates journalists because they are complete grifters just like you. They'll say whatever they need to get the click or get the views. They are bought and paid for just like you. You're
Look, I'll be honest, bro. Like when I seen him say that, what's it called? That Twitch was a hard job, like was harder than a 9 to 5. When I see him say that, I knew something was wrong, because saying Twitch is harder than a 9 to 5. I mean, I know you guys remember that clip is insane. Like, come on, people that actually work, you've actually done a real job. Like, look, guys, I've had to wash cars before, right? I've had to wash cars before. I did it. It was only a couple. I won't act like it was like I didn't do a lot. I did a couple, but even that was probably harder than doing a stream where you're sat down and all I really see his content is him sitting down reacting to videos. So as soon as I heard him say that his job is harder than 9 to 5, I was like, okay, then I don't know if we should really listen to any other opinion you have. If you're complaining about streaming, like, obviously, don't get me wrong, streaming is hard in the sense of you got to entertain people, you got, you know, build a fan base, but come on. Most of the time, it's something you love to do, whereas, you know, unfortunately, a lot of 9 to 5s, most people don't. I was going to say some, but most people don't really like doing 9 to 5s, do they? But they just do it. Obviously, they have to provide for the family and stuff. But after that one clip, after I seen that one clip, I was like, okay, I don't really need to see anything else. And then you see all these crazy other clips that I'm seeing of him now and in the past, and you go, yeah, I see why people didn't want to see him on Trash Taste.
a grifter, a complete unhinged grifter who is held hostage by his own audience. At this point, I feel like he's afraid of saying things that are not completely insane. Because he's probably afraid that his own fans are going to assassinate him or something, because that's the level of his audience. It's so radicalized. Like, he must have to deal with the most crazy people that he himself has fostered, and now he just can't go back. Like, remember we had that one time of that, like, fan came up on stream like, Hasan, please stop drinking Diet Coke. It's like, we're doing a boycott. It's like, oh no, you can drink it off stream. That's okay, you know? We gotta be extremely performative and fake. And that was just an interaction we caught on stream. Imagine all the shit that happens off stream.
You think they haven't seen internet harassment campaigns before? You are so out of touch, holy hell. No, brother, I'm not the one who's out of touch. The people that are going, we hate you because we think this person is an evil person, me, okay? We think your friend that you know better, okay, is actually secretly an evil person because we've seen YouTube videos from rabid haters.
Secretly? I mean, come on, like, just seeing a couple of clips like he's shown in this video right now, I don't think it's very secret. You're saying it. Like, you're the one saying it. They're reacting to you.
Is an active line of attack.
Yeah, this guy just cannot take criticism to save his life. He just calls everybody who has valid points against him rabid haters. We're all just rabid haters. Apparently not a single point was made in Ace3Ace3's entire content nuke. By the way, this guy keeps claiming, I don't watch any of the videos. Like, I remember when Willie Mac Show made a bunch of videos on Hasan, and then Hasan was like, I want to debate you, but I haven't even seen the videos. Like, he uses that to brag, like, I haven't watched your video. Bro, you gotta do some research on the damn topic, you absolute moron. There are literally countless specific examples of why people...
Alright guys, look, I'm not gonna take the whole video. If you guys want to watch the rest of it, I stopped at 14 minutes, 13 seconds. So if you guys want to go watch the rest of that, you can, but let me know what you think about this. I've not watched Trash Taste in a while, man, so I might need to check back up with them, see what's going on, you know, because I like Trash Taste. So but yeah, guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Let me know how you feel about Hasan. How do you feel about him? I can guess what you probably do, but let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Peace, I'm out.